Alright. Sean's story. Treehouse Isekai, Chapter 51. Author is House of Icarus, whose entire goal is to melt. Another is House of Icarus, whose entire goal is to melt an entire polar region of the world. Woohoo! Hype! Damn. That goes hard. Alright. The next morning, shortly after breakfast, Miley came to inform me that this satin net was already established. I looked at her confused. Already? Nodding, she responded, yes, I got the approval just before bed and started the process before breakfast. I've got a full map of the world now. Shall I put it on the security monitor? Oh, fuck yeah. Shaking my head in bemusement, I indicated that she should have put the image on the screen. Wait, did you make a mistake? That looks like Earth, not a different world. I have to admit some minor things that seem different. Like I don't see the Great Wall of China, but still, this looks like the map of the Earth. Miley scratched her head. That's funny. I thought this was the map, the Tellus map. Except I know it's the right map, and besides, there's so much green. There's also a desert where there shouldn't be one, and what looks like a rainforest where there should be a desert. I looked more closely at the map. Can you show mineral deposits as well? Pressing a few contacts on the screen, and again it resembled Earth, but I was able to spot the exact spot where I'd indicated the potential mine. Pointing to it, I got Nayla's attention. Is this the spot where that magicite mine was located? She came to look, and after tracing her finger along the lines of the roads from the capital, she then nodded. That's exactly right, but what's that over there? It's around a half-mile from here, just inland from here. I leaned in upon examining the molecular symbols. I realized quickly what it was. That's a coal mine, but also there's a deposit of diamonds there. We should be able to reach the coal with a very small amount of digging, and the diamond deposit is only about 15 feet under the ground, according to this. Can we get an earth mage for a day? We could reach the diamond almost instantly if we could. We don't really need a strong mage. Since we don't need to rush, we're just confirming its location. Jean piped up. No need to borrow one then. I'm not very good, but I am an earth mage. Moving 15 feet of dirt isn't that difficult. It would take me a little over an hour. That's perfect. It would prove the validity of this map and access the diamond deposit at the same time. Should I mention I snuck our own net onto Earth too? Uh-oh. Wait, what? I wanted stable comms on that side too. Everything networks through the treehouse to reach the different worlds, but we won't be cut off no matter which worlds we're on. Wait. Is that gonna fuck with Earth? Isn't that a bad thing? As long as you were stealthy so they won't be detected, then I'm fine with it. Nope, their satellites are micro in size. Ah. So it's just space dust. I hugged Miley briefly. Let's load up in the truck. Wait, no, let me go into town. I'll pick up Mary and we'll get another rig. Something big enough for everyone. I'll drive myself and ride in Mary's Samurai so I can buy my new rig and drive it home. I'll be back as quick as I can. About 3 hours later, Mary and I were in a military surplus vehicle auction. Talk about getting great timing. A troop transport is just about perfect for what I need. Mary was exasperated. You could have bought a trailer or something and had everyone ride in that. I shook my head. A trailer on that terrain? Yeah, right. A low boy trailer, sure. And it would be a good idea to buy one and another rig to haul that my truck isn't powerful enough for that. I can buy a new truck and a low boy trailer. Put a troop transport on that and then we're off. And then off we go. Well, Sonny, you could get everything right here. Perfectly suitable street legal Jeep. Set up to pull trailers, including the low boys used for those troop transports. As it happens, that's one lot in the auction today. The lot number is 76. Soldier, maybe he was an officer, seemed quite eager to help me. It's great news. Any idea what the starting bid is? I fixed him with my eyes. Shouldn't be more than 5,000 starting bid. I don't think it will stay that low. Those 3 items at once, I'd expect 50,000 minimum before it sells. I nodded and thanked him for the information. Lot 76. A Jeep, a lowboy trailer, and a troop transport. Starting bid of 5,000. Can I hear 5,000? I raised my hand and the bidding started. Bid was increasing by $1,000 increments, and I quickly became frustrated. Raised my hand again and called 50,000. Called, skipping around $22,000 in one jump. The room went silent. Any advances on 55,000? Going once, going twice, 3 times. Sold to the gentleman in the back. Please see the cashier to make your payment. I did a fist pump, and moved to the cashier. That will be $60,800 after taxes and licensing fees. You proof of insurance? Mary staggered at the price, but I merely handed over the $61,000. I then provided my insurance card and called the number from my phone so I could get the 3 new vehicles insured immediately. Thank you very much, sir. And here's your change. Will you be returning to the auction? No, ma'am. This is the only purchase I needed to make. Do you happen to know when a heavy equipment auction is coming up? I'd like to get a bulldozer of my own soon. I'll be in roughly a month. Would you like a brochure? I accepted the preferred paper with thanks. All right. Let's get everything hooked up and loaded and get the HE double hockey sticks out of here. Nice, Sean. Nice. Mary chuckled. You getting into dad mode already? Well, I am a dad already, even though none of my babies have been born. The adopted children count just as much. She smiled tenderly at that. You're damned right they do. You're still an idiot, but you get things right when it counts. She hugged me, and we went off to acquire my purchases. Trailer was the kind where you loaded it while it was disconnected, then after hooking it to your truck, it would lift the front end off the ground. It's a much more secure method of loading, even if it was a little annoying to keep attaching and unhooking the trailer just to load or unload something. We rolled into the clearing about an hour and a half later, and once the truck was unloaded and everyone aside from Mary loaded into it, we took off to the supposed diamond mine. This is so cool, cried Gabby. It really is neat, commented Marta. At least it can fit all of us, even the 5 as the manor can ride in here. Even the 5 at the manor can ride in here. It is slow, though, said Rana. It's no frame line, but it isn't a carriage drawn by animals, either, I stated. We were approximately halfway to the copse of trees where the bandit that had captured Matt had set up their camp, and we located the spot indicated on the map. This is the spot, Miley informed me. Pulled the truck to a stop, and everyone got out. Jean followed Miley's instructions and began to process the moving of the earth to make a tunnel down to the diamonds. While she was doing that, the rest of us began the process of planting seeds around the area. By the time Miley and Jean called that they were done, we had planted over 1,000 seedlings of various conifers. Coming, I called. There are diamonds down there. They're barely under that thin layer. Jean was certain of her depth, and Miley confirmed the fact. I moved into the tunnel in a flashlight and a pickaxe. Once I reached the end of the tunnel, I stuck the end of the flashlight into the soft wall of the tunnel to point where I needed it. Then took a mighty swing with the pickaxe. Sure enough, a large chunk of coal broke away, revealing the diamond underneath it. Mother needs to be informed at once, Nayla stated. My mother, too, stated Marta. I'd say mine needs to be informed quickly as well, so she can get guards down here fast, commented Cora. I agree with all 3 of you. Cora, we'll drop you off in town wherever you need to quickly get to your mother. Marta, we will need to inform Vanessa anyway, so we can just use the message stone. So all 3 of you get to inform your mothers in turn. With a swift, firm nod, we all got into the truck and immediately set off to Vanessa's manor. We drove faster on the way back, which caused a lot more bumping in the vehicle. The expansion continues. More planting of seeds, more convenience of vehicles. I'm half surprised there wasn't a new character introduced in this chapter. now they can find anything that they need, right? All the resources that they need. So now James, and he can work with everyone from Tellus to start making technology and stuff for Guyana, right? Oh yeah, and approaching closer and closer to having the kids born and everything like that. Other characters may still be introduced, but it hasn't happened yet. The expansion of the treehouse for when the kids are actually ready to be born. Fucking ads. Guys, I'll be right back. Alright, we back? I don't know if Nico's here or not. But if no one else has any other stories, then here. I had some other stuff lined up. Right. We were supposed to watch this yesterday, but we never wound up doing it. So, Secure Team 10 came out with a new video. If you don't know Secure Team 10, they do UFO stuff, conspiracy stuff. Came out with a new video. UFO analysis and stuff like that. So let's see what Tyler has to say. Then I had some other funny stuff I wanted to show you guys, because I thought it was hilarious. Because going through Twitter last night, I found so many things, I was like, what the fuck? 3 UFO clips that confirm my belief in the ongoing alien cover-up. Dun dun dun.
I don't know what those are.
Well, shit. They charge up through thunderstorms, so that's why you see UFOs in thunderstorms. Because they use the static electricity of the storm in order to recharge. Just like they use solar energy.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Thanks for stopping by.
Hell
and
yeah.
If you have been aching to see some totally anomalous, bizarre, and utterly mysterious footage, well, then you're going to want to watch today's video. So to start, I specifically chose this clip because I think it is probably the most insane out of all of these that you guys are about to see. So what you guys just saw was a piece of UFO footage sent in by a viewer out of Colorado who caught this amazing video during a violent lightning storm late at night. Now, what makes this one stand out isn't the storm itself in the dark, grainy footage, it's what's above the storm. In the clip, which only runs for about 40 seconds, the camera aimed at the sky in a fixed, static position, but right from the start, you can see them. 4 bright lights sitting motionless, totally motionless, above the clouds, arranged in what looks like a perfect square formation. And these aren't aircraft lights or reflections. These things are above the storm. I have seen enough storm footage of UFOs. Again, as I've said countless times, if I were an alien race or a visitor from another part of the galaxy, what is one of the most rich and infinite sources of energy to power one's spacecraft? Well, park it in a lightning storm besides the sun. So electricity of any kind, energy from lightning storms seem to attract a lot of these UFOs. And this footage sets really high up on the list now of some of my favorites of these things captured in storms. Getting back to the footage, as it starts, you can see these 4 bright lights, totally motionless, arranged in this square formation. Each one of the mysterious lights gives off that thick, diffused glow that you get when headlights cut through fog when you're driving, which tells me they're not under the cloud layer. They're well above it. Mm-hmm. The source of the
then the light is peeking through the clouds because they're so bright, right?
The entire time. There was no drift of these mystery lights or the craft hiding behind them. No change in position whatsoever. Then about halfway through the footage, it happens. 2 of the lights, side by side, just shut off. And then just a moment later, the other 2 go dark, the same exact way. And when the lightning flashes again, lighting up that exact part of the sky where these lights were, there seems to be nothing there. No silhouette, no outline.
What
nothing.
Timing!
Whatever it was, it seems to be gone. That is until, as I continued to move toward the end of this footage, a flash of lightning captured within stood out to me, and what appears to be a well-defined square or rectangular shaped outline, clearly darker than the surrounding skies around it being lit up by the lightning. Here is the original still, and then here is some simple contrast enhancement where I've upped the contrast a little bit and then brightened it just to bring out whatever detail I could, and this appears, and to me could possibly be the object in question. If indeed this outline, which I'm showing you different versions of, and I don't think is pareidolia whatsoever, it would indicate that this object shut its lights off and then quickly began hightailing it into the distance as if it could sense the camera, at which point it almost immediately shuts its lights off. And then as I'm going painstakingly through each frame, especially of when the lightning hits, I see this square object in the distance, and I can't help but think, what if? Could this be the mystery object? Tell me what you guys think. Now, here we have a clip that is pretty self-explanatory, captured over California. I don't see an exact city in the email here, so I'm waiting to hear back on that. But as you will hear in this footage, we have a female that has pretty much gotten herself lost in town, trying to record this glowing formation of lights sitting like a perfect invisible triangle, or TR3B, in the sky above what appears to be like a Home Depot. And it's just really, really cool. So check this out.
That's totally a fucking ship right there. That's like straight up, I turned down the wrong road. That's a fucking UFO, and I cannot be convinced otherwise. It's literally like 100 feet off the ground. In a perfect triangle. Right there. Guys, like, it's right above whatever this store is. That's like the Home Depot or something? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm just kind of lost down a road, but like, I think, is that the Home Depot? I can't even fucking tell. That's literally right there though. Like, that's not stars. I'm looking at this with my own eyes in real time.
Okay, so as I said, really self-explanatory, completely locked in the sky, not moving, not turning, not getting any brighter, not acting like they are any other, kind of aircraft. And, the viewer stated that this triangle just hovered here long before she started filming it, or rather recording it, and it was enough to where, it freaked her out. She was a local resident, and this apparently, obviously isn't normal where this was captured. So, not the first time we've seen formations of glowing lights, especially in the shapes of triangles sitting in our skies. So, cool footage, and hope you enjoyed this one. Tell me what you think down in the comments.
The balls of light. I don't trust these ones. The biggest problem with UFO shit is we actually got like a real UFO clip. No one would believe it was real. Craziest ones I've seen are like on airplanes, where it's like in 3 frames, some massive ship goes by, but it's like, it's easily be faked.
So lastly today, guys, but certainly not least, we've got this piece of UFO footage that was filmed from inside of a commercial airliner of some sort, recorded by a passenger sitting near the window of the plane. And somewhere over what looks to be a coastal region, I believe the email says New Jersey. I have to pull it up here. For some reason, I'm not able to find it. Maybe one of you guys will recognize it. But nonetheless, we can see a large body of water in the distance, maybe a city shoreline, and then the land stretching below. The plane is not at cruising altitude yet either. It's only, to me, maybe 5,000 feet in the air, maybe 10,000, you guys tell me. But as you can see off in the distance, this completely white tic-tac shaped object appears gliding through the sky past the plane in the distance in the opposite direction. And so what we have here, as you're seeing, is this long, pure white cigar-shaped object gliding through the air in the opposite direction of the plane it's being recorded from. And the viewer stated in the email that this object had no designs on it, no wings, that there was not an airport off of the frame, which is the first thing I asked. He said no, that this object was certainly not a plane, as they frequently fly around the country and obviously would know the difference. And so they see this thing, and it's just gliding across the sky on what looks like a slow, steady, just ultra smooth downward path slightly. Like it's moving across invisible ice almost. There are no wings, no flashing lights, no visible structure at all, no insignia. A solid white body with identical pointed ends on both sides. And what's wild to me about this is just how steady it moves. There's no exhaust trail, no hint of propulsion. It's almost as if it's just coasting, completely disconnected from the air turbulence around it. And so the witness tracks it for several seconds before it exits the frame. And, when we enhance the footage, zooming in and adjusting the color, it becomes even clearer. This isn't a drone, it's not a jet, it's not a balloon. The uniform brightness and symmetry are just too perfect. So, tell me what you guys think of this one. Post your comments, I love reading them. And I really hope you enjoyed today's video.
I don't know.
And it's
I don't know about those
footage
kinds of
like the
ones, you know.
featured today that once again solidify the fact to me that we are not alone on this planet. We are being visited. So you guys keep your eyes up, keep your cameras ready, subscribe, hit that like, and click the notification bell. Much love to all of my 2 million plus subscribers.
Hell yeah,
Have a
brother.
great night, and I will see you back in just a bit. Stay safe.
Stay safe out there. Alright, Secure Team. Go check out Secure Team 10, guys. Tyler's fucking epic. Tons of good stuff. Good finds. And it's like, he's not pushy about it. He's like, well, what do you guys think? This is what I think. I don't know. Very skeptical about it, too. So he's like one of the true boys when it comes to UFOs and shit like that. And then okay, so we need to grab this for Nico's store before I get rid of this. Or did I already do this? Wait, did I already do this? There's Nico. No, we didn't. Okay, so we gotta grab this. Okay.